involved in Thursday night. This game is going to be unbelievable. Collingwood travel back to Adelaide after only being there 3 weeks ago. And this is going to be a dynamite game, isn't it?
Well, you're right. I mean, this is the snapshot. So we've seen Brisbane v Geelong, and a lot of those key areas, nothing really stood out to me. I mean, they're really strong. But the one thing that will be challenging for both sides is their ability to move the ball under high stress, high pressure, and good defences. Both defences, number 1 and 2 in the competition. So I think this game seems like it will be more of an arm wrestle than maybe the Geelong Brisbane game. That I'll sort of get that feel, but there is so much of this game externally that the players will need to deal with.
But that shouldn't surprise us with the ball movement, because Adelaide are the longest kicking team, and they actually go to, like, for you know what we've spoken about, their offence at times. It does get dour against the top 8, and they're prepared to go long down the line and take contests. And Collingwood will welcome that. But I mean, the biggest thing to keep an eye on in this game is the fact that Collingwood go back to the cauldron. Where obviously the fallout with Isaac Rankin was extreme. There will be feeling in the crowd, there's no doubt about that. I've been involved in a qualifying final at Adelaide in 2002 when Collingwood finished 4th and Port Adelaide were 1st. I wasn't playing. I went over there and sat in the crowd, and it was as fever pitch as I can remember.
Police escort for you?
Pretty much. Yeah. There was a fair bit of...
Even though you're a Port Adelaide legend.
There were a few barbs shed you, or don't worry, there was only one...
Didn't you wear your McGarry medal? Or your
There's no teal there, but yeah, that's exactly what Collingwood will be going across to. And there'll be a Collingwood army that'll go across. It will be, I think you mentioned it the other week, it's going to be at fever pitch.
Do you play on that as a coach? Do you ride that wave and try and seal your boys up if you're the opposition? Or is it a reminder, hey, boys, let's just not get over the top here, because the emotions can get the better of the players in a theatre like this. We don't often see it.
Well, your old coach used to use the word "sool" all the time. Yeah. Sool the ruckman in.
That's where I get it from.
But I don't, there's not a lot of sooling that needs to take place. The players are going to be up and about. Invariably, I think you're more likely to go over the top than you are to finding the right level.
Is that the worry for Adelaide? Because you think about, there's obviously everything that's happened and transpired over the last 3 weeks with the Isaac Rankin and how that's been publicly played out. They haven't played finals since 2017. It's Tex Walker's 300th. Is that the glaring worry for Matthew Nicks, is that they get over the top and absolutely capitulate?
I think they've handled the big games towards the end of the year. They handled Hawthorn. I think they handled Collingwood in a really tight game. I think that will have schooled them and prepared them really well for what they're going to face. That doesn't mean that they're going to get the job done. I can't see Adelaide not performing. I think they will perform well. They're the highest percentage of possessions in a contested manner across the competition. As I said, they go long a lot. They've got a great intercepting defence. I think can hold up. Shown they can hold up against 71 inside 50s against Collingwood. I don't think
they run well, transition well.
Yeah, they're not going to not show up. So I just see that becoming a cracking battle as a result.
What's the advice you give to the first timers? Because I actually do worry about that, because I think about the emotional build up in a two-team town, and you're the only team left, and everything that's coming at you is that they could come out and absolutely flop.
So you reckon they'll go over the top?
I think it's a huge worry. Really? Yeah. If I was Collingwood, they will be trying to bait them again. Bring them back into the game, bring them back into the trenches. Adelaide are faster than them. They've played better footy than Collingwood in the back part of the season. I see it as a real mental warfare.
How would you be as an Adelaide player, Geordie?
Well, I think you're speaking from Adelaide point of view. I think the role as a leader and someone who has been in big games and finals and grand finals is to calm the nerves of these young guys. And it's not to provide them with an excuse, but hey, we've still got next week. So come into this game relaxed, and yes, it's a chance to get into a prelim final, absolutely. But if things don't go right this week, there's next week. There's that safety blanket. So don't overdo it this week in terms of over arousal. Just play the game. Understand. Just be calm and understand in your mind that there is next week. And I know a lot of people don't like to think like that, because you want to win this game and put yourself into a prelim final. But I think that provides some calm across the group.
One man who was fantastic last time these two teams met, and under injury duress, was Riley Thilthorpe, and the Collingwood defence really didn't have an answer for him, especially late. You just see here, just the contested marking. Obviously, no Isaac Rankin, probably another one of their talisman that won't be playing this week, but this man here is probably the most important player on the ground for Adelaide.
Well, this is why Adelaide go long down the line. You know, Thilthorpe can stand up. O'Brien, you know, looks dangerous all the time. Fogarty and Walker not as much in those contested marking situations. Jordan Dawson flies across the front of pack, so they're prepared to use their attributes as best they can. But you know, in that instance, you know, you're missing out on Rankin, but Thilthorpe has been huge, and not just as a key forward, but going into the second run.
Do you have Isaac Rankin in the rooms pre-game?
I'm not sure I even have him there.
Yep.
No, I think it's a great challenge for him, especially I'm thinking of him to become a sideshow. There'll be a lot of attention on him, whether it be a distraction.
They haven't nipped it in the bud yet because he hasn't spoken publicly. Do they do that before Thursday?
I think internally, if they think that it's right, I mean, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't address it. I wouldn't have him in and around the group on a sort of the week of a final. But they'll understand the players and what they need. And
see, it's too late. It's too late for the public-facing element of it. We're like 72 hours away from the game. So if you've had like a couple of weeks to be able to deal with it and you haven't, so that won't happen. But if he's in, like him being sent away, I think was about him finding out his own comfort in some shape or form, getting away from the focus of it. It's an element of running away, which only comes back to bite you eventually. But I think it's a little bit about giving Adelaide players the chance to prepare without the focus around.
Yeah.
But if he's in the rooms, it's just going to be you're in the safe zone. The fact that there's cameras and that there's a broadcast going out, that's one thing. But if I'm Isaac Rankin or if I'm someone from Adelaide, I want to pull him in and involve him as much as possible if he can handle it.
Yeah. Plenty to play out on Thursday night and plenty to play out in the injury